Hi, this is Tim from Scott Country International. Out tonight on the Foxes with the Thermion 2 XP50 Pro mounted on top of my 243. Be spotting with the Accolade 2 XP50 Pro LRFs. Welcome to the night vision show. Tonight we're out on the Foxes, back out full thermal again, back on my bale stack that the farmers kindly stacked up for me, overlooking this massive field. Now I shot two on here just the week before the game fair, and down there about 138 yards I've got my little spy point micro link, also supplied by Scott Country. Cracking little camera, that little cellular camera, goes straight to your mobile phone, so it alerts you when anything's detected. I've had a couple of pigeons on there for a couple of days now, and saw a little fox come up on there 3 in the morning the other night, so I'm going to see if he'll come out a bit earlier. I've got the cooler out and we'll see how we get on tonight. Cheers. So we'll just talk through the foxes we did. So the first night where I started up on the bale stack was a blank, unfortunately. So when I started that video, and the next night when I got out, I'd just literally flown back from Spain, landed at 4 o'clock, and I was out sort of 9 o'clock-ish up to my farm up in the depths of Northumberland. First fox I saw coming in about 172 yards, quite a usual spot. I saw him quarter round behind me. He's coming down the wall, so I turned around for a shot. Then I lost him in the dead ground, and he moved across through a small valley, and then I almost lost him again. And I saw him just near the gate where I'd shot a few foxes before, and he presented a shot there on that one. And then fox 2 was out in the pen to my left, where I was set up, where the dry stone walls, they sort of join together, and there's a small tree. I was using that from cover from the full moon. I saw that one in the left hand side of the field. He come in there to about 170 yards, got him. Then it went a bit quiet for a little while, and then I saw I sort of heard something scratch up the wall behind me. It's a common spot where the badgers and everything cross over. They all go across in between the two fields, and I heard something scratch up at the wall, so I sort of walked back over to the stone wall, had a look over, and then about 150 yards away there's another wall, and I saw the fox just at the base of the wall, and then he jumped up. So just because I've got the rifle set up, got it on the recon, got it just to make sure I had a good muzzle clearance, and he was walking up along the stone wall up towards where the rest of the sheep were sort of laid down. And I give him a quick whistle, and that stopped that one enough. That was a little vixen. Stopped that one at 156 yards straight off the wall. Again, got back into position under my tree, chilling out again. I was just scanning around with the Accolades, and then down the bottom where the field bows down in the bottom, they often come up from in the valley. Saw two heat sources come up and make their way to the right around the fence line, and I saw it was two foxes, which I'd not seen. I didn't think foxes were still paired up this time of year, but there was a dog, and it must have been a vixen or a cub following it. But they moved all the way up towards where I shot the first one by the gate, and then I sort of broke out into the field, and it was coming out, and the first one was carrying something. I filmed a bit of that with the Accolades, flicked it from black hot. Obviously I spot stuff with black hot, and then I flick it to white hot to identify. And then I was watching them both making their way up and down the fence line in the long grass before they're breaking out into the field, which I had permission on the far side of that fence as well, but there's obviously a wire fence there, and I didn't want to risk taking a shot and getting a ricochet. So I waited till they come out into the field. They come out, the first one, the dog was carrying something. He sort of stopped, and I gave him a little squeak, and they sort of both looked up. I took the shot, he wasn't stopping enough for I get a second shot on him. But then the fourth one obviously ran off, and I could hear it calling back down in the dip. So I stayed a little longer. I could still hear it calling. It weren't responding to any calls or anything, or nothing coming in on the fox caller. So I called it a night at that one. And then that was it, yeah. So not a bad night, considering I'd been on the go since sort of 6 that morning, flying back across Europe, and then straight back to business. So a nice night again, good for the thermal with the Accolade XP50 Pros LRFs and the Thermion 2 XP50 Pro. Again, if it's out there, you can see it with this kit, and it's doing exactly what it meant to do. So a good result for the farmer, and a good result for me having not been out for a week. So bonus. Cheers.